Hi guys, Edmond here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Money and Life. Today, I'm going to attempt to answer the 3 most commonly asked questions when it comes to personal insurance. For insurance, there are 2 broad categories, which is number 1, personal insurance, and number 2, commercial insurance. Commercial insurance include things like foreign worker medical insurance, work injury compensation, public liability, professional indemnity insurance for certain occupations like doctors and lawyers, and there's also D&O insurance, director and officers insurance, so on and so forth. Today's video will be focusing on personal insurance, but before we get to that, please have to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel because this will help the channel a lot. And in return, I'm going to show you a photo of me after 6 days of isolating in my cave. So this is how I look after 6 days of not shaving and finally recovering from COVID-19. So without further ado, let's get started. What are the 3 most commonly asked questions when it comes to personal insurance? Number 1, why do I need to buy insurance? Number 2, what insurance do I need? And number 3, how much insurance should I buy? Number 1, why do I need to buy insurance? I'm going to attempt to answer this question by asking you a question. Why are you working? You're working because you need to earn an income, and this income provides for your family. It helps to pay for your mortgage, pay for your basic necessities, and also to fulfill the dreams and aspirations for you and your family. So without an income, a lot of things will be impossible. So the most important reason to buy insurance is to protect your income. So if you have a house, you buy a home insurance. If you have a car, you buy a motor insurance. So what is the reason for buying all this insurance? It's to protect your asset. And what is your most important asset? The most important asset is you. You are the most important asset. And the only reason that you're able to earn an income is because you have the capacity, skills, and talents to earn an income. So you need to protect that. And the second most important reason is because of your love for your family. You want to provide for them in case anything happens to you, their lifestyle will not be affected. Question 2, what kind of insurance do I need? To answer this question, I'm going to list down the 6 different categories of insurance that a person can buy, and whether you need it or not depends on your personal, individual situation. So everybody has got different needs. Right, so the 6 types of personal insurance. The first one will be death. So as previously mentioned, when death occurs, the future capability to earn an income becomes 0. And whether death coverage is important or not, it depends on your personal situation. So if you're a sole breadwinner, you have got dependents, and you have got a mortgage to pay, the requirement for death coverage is extremely high. The second one will be disability. So disability, there are 3 broad categories. The first one will be TPD, which is total and permanent disability. So by definition, it means that this person is unable to perform any kind of occupation in future. And the second definition will be loss of sight of 2 eyes, 2 limbs, or 1 eye, 1 limb. Second one will be disability income. So disability income has got to do with your occupation. So most of these disability income plans in Singapore will cover you until age of 65. Disability income, by definition, it means that this person is unable to perform material duties of their occupation due to either an injury, which is accident, or an illness. For example, like stroke or a mental illness. So how much can a person buy for disability income? A person can buy up to 75% of his income when it comes to disability insurance, and the claims criteria is not as stringent as a total permanent disability. So for example, if a person is suffering from severe depression and the psychiatrist or psychologist certify that this person is unable to work because of his mental condition, then this person could be granted a claim from his or her disability income. Third one will be long-term care, LTC, long-term care insurance. So this is upgrading of your ElderShield or CareShield life. This has got to do with ADL, activities of daily living. So what are the 6 activities of daily living? Dressing, eating, bathing, toileting. Transferring means standing up or sitting down from a chair or moving in and out of a bed. So that's called transferring. And number 6, mobility. So if a person is unable to perform 3 out of 6 activities of daily living, then this person is eligible to claim for his or her long-term care insurance. And you're able to upgrade your long-term care insurance. The old plans, which is ElderShield 300, provides you $300 a month. ElderShield 400 provides you $400 a month. And for CareShield Life, it provides you $600 a month and it's escalating at 2% per year. But $600 a month, if you're unable to perform 3 out of 6 activities of daily living, is it enough to hire a helper? Definitely not, right? A helper will cost minimally about $1,000 to $1,200. It's the cost of hiring a helper plus the levy, plus the food and shelter you need to provide for your helper. So the next one will be H&S, which is hospitalization and surgical. So hospitalization and surgical is one of the most important insurance that you need to buy. Why? Because the cost of medical treatment is very high in Singapore, especially private hospitals. If you are a Singaporean or PR, you are able to upgrade your MediShield Life into what we call an integrated shield plan, and you can add a rider to decrease your co-payment. I'm going to talk about hospitalization and surgical insurance in another video. Foreigners with valid passes can purchase a similar plan. The next one will be critical illness. And for critical illness, we have got early, we have got intermediate, advanced staged, we have got female critical illness, we have got male critical illness, and so on and so forth. So critical illness is one of the most complex insurance of all. So what is the difference between critical illness and hospitalization insurance? Critical illness insurance provides you with a lump sum payout. So a lump sum payout, that is income replacement, whereas hospitalization H&S insurance is a reimbursement of your medical bills. So a hospitalization insurance does not give you a lump sum payout, but a critical illness insurance does. So imagine if you were to suffer from stroke and after you discharge from the hospital, will you be able to go back to work the next day? What about 2 months later? What about 3 months later? So for some people, after suffering from a stroke, the person is unable to totally get back to work, back to the same level of capacity that they used to work at. The next one will be personal accident. So there are many types of personal accident plans available. Personal accident covers for major accidents, for example, loss of life, total permanent disability, loss of limbs. There will be a lump sum payout when this event happens. And it also covers minor accidents. For example, because of an accident, you can see a GP, TCM, or you see a chiropractor, or you suffer from an infectious disease, things like that. So there are many different types of personal accident insurance available. And the last category will be others. Others will include things like home insurance, travel insurance, domestic helper insurance, motor insurance, personal liability insurance. So why is this important? Okay, let's talk about this thing called personal liability. So imagine if your house were to catch fire, and because of the fire, the smoke gets into your neighbor's house. And when your neighbor gets home, he sees that his entire house is charred and it's not in a livable condition. And he gets angry with you and he sues you. You get a lawyer's letter for 100,000 claims. How are you going to pay for that? So in this instance, a personal liability insurance is extremely important. So what kind of insurance you need depends on your personal and financial situation. Everybody's situation is different. To know what you require, please speak to a licensed financial advisor. And I recommend that you speak to a representative from a licensed independent financial advisor, because this person will most likely be able to give you a more comprehensive and holistic advice and hopefully an unbiased advice. And question number 3, how much coverage do I need? There are 2 ways to calculate this. The first one will be using the expense method and the second one is using the income method. For the first method, expense, you can calculate based on number 1, your current expenses, number 2, your expected future expenses, and number 3, the duration of these expenses. So for example, if you have 2 children, 3 years old and 6 years old, and you expect them to be independent 20 years later, and the monthly spending for your children will be about 2,000 a month, then you can take 2,000 times 12 times 20 as a ballpark figure. Of course, that's ignoring inflation. If you add inflation in, the number will be slightly bigger. Future expenses include things like what you expect your family to be spending in future, for example, tertiary education for your children. The second method that you can use is income method. The analogy that I use is, for example, when you ask a doctor, how much water do I need to drink a day? And the doctor will tell you, you need to drink 8 cups of water a day. Using the income method for death coverage, it's about 10 to 20 times your annual income. And for critical illness, it will be about 5 to 10 times of your annual income. That is for advanced critical illness. For early critical illness, it will be about 2 to 3 times your annual income. So these are just ballpark figures. To know exactly how much coverage you require, please talk to a licensed independent financial advisor who will advise you based on your individual situation. If you find this video useful, please like and share my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.